I mean, they did. It's okay. Do you know what? I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be funny. Think about Korean boys, like the Korean K-pop style, but for the West.
All right, guys, welcome back to our podcast, Oshare ShoX.
Hey guys, welcome.
Yeah,
Yes.
so guys, we're here to pee again together. Right, again, we're here to promote, we're here to share the excitement, and we're here to share our precious experiences
together. Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right, so just a lovely recap. Thank you very much, Aaron, for welcoming us again. For those of you that don't know, my name is Derek. I'm an audio engineer, and Aaron is my buddy that I've known for a long time. And we both were just discussing about our shared commonality of loving Visual Kei as a music scene.
Yeah.
So if you guys are dropping in for the very first time, welcome. If you guys are still in tune with us ever since episode 1, still welcome and thank you for coming back. So we're going to continue a wonderful conversation that we had left you guys on a cliffhanger. I know, crazy, right? It's almost like a music. It's like almost like watching the latest episode of like, I don't know, Breaking Bad or something.
Yeah.
But we're going to continue our long journey discussing about Visual Kei as a whole. We talked about the influence and the impact that Visual Kei has, especially during this wave 1 that we're talking about just now. We talked about Extra Pen, Dead End, Derlanger. We're actually just last episode talked about Mouse Miser. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go back to the previous episode and listen to Mouse Miser, our episode on Mouse Miser, because that's going to actually be related to what we're going to be talking about today, Aaron, right?
Yeah.
So if I recalled, we last discussed that Mouse Miser is one of the 4 heavenly kings.
Yeah. So when I reading that's the 4 heavenly kings. Well, no, are we going to Buddha now? Right?
This sounds like some crazy thing.
It's interesting. Like Mouse Miser, one of the 4 heavenly kings bands. So what are the other 3?
Yeah.
So it turns out there are 3 other bands that have the similar influences with Mouse Miser. Not entirely the same. Don't get me wrong, guys. Not entirely the same, but it's very interesting and very, very similar. So this band called Lacrima Christi, which means Tears of Christ, and this one, another one, Fanatic Crisis. The last one, Shayna. I know about Shayna from my friend Isa. Yeah, she told me about them and also like share a couple songs with me. But the song that got Shayna really famous back in their day is called Melty Love. This is a song very, very interesting because like I can see some influences for the later band in the future, which we will talk about that like in the future, of course. But like for the Lacrima Christi and Fanatic Crisis, their influences is not exactly looking like Mouse Miser, right? With a very special outfit, like the pirate hat, whatever, right?
Pirate hat.
Oh yeah. They definitely look more like, what's the band? Like kind of like Dead back in the day, but with their hair a bit toned down, right? Really long, flat down hair, flat straight hair, right? With the similar makeup, and the way and the song, like it's definitely there's a bit of gothic element in there.
Yeah.
like Buttick.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
And very luckily, they're still active until these days.
Yeah, that's
They
crazy.
just recently got back together this year
Yeah.
and making music. I'm so happy about that. I hope I could see them live
Yeah.
somewhere in the future,
Mhm.
right?
It's really interesting because like later on we're gonna really like me and Aaron, especially for our audience that's listening to this, me and Aaron will be discussing about how Visual Kei just kind of eventually intertwines with different bands and groups, and you'll notice like how close cut everyone is. They kind of know each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's very interesting to know that it's almost like Hollywood, right? Once you know one person, you kind of know 10 more. And we're gonna actually dive deeper into kind of how eventually later on how certain bands have a close relationship with another, and you're like, okay, that's really cool. And you know, like that's kind of like a big scene.
Yeah.
So going back to like what Aaron said too, like we're gonna actually for our audience right now, if you're watching on YouTube, we're gonna actually pull out a few images for you to take a look at the four Heavenly Kings. We'll let you look at them side by side. Let us know if you notice some similarities, differences, and kind of from the previous episodes. If you listen to us up to now from then, you can actually make a comparison side by side. For our Spotify and Apple Podcast listeners, I'm sorry about that. You probably won't be able to see this, but if you have the time, you can hop back, take a look at it yourself, or hop back to this episode on YouTube and watch the video without having to Google search it. Yeah. So going back to what you said, Aaron, like with those three bands, I'll be very honest. I think it was the what was it? The Christ one?
La Crema Christi. Well, that's a Latin word.
Yeah.
Right. So when I was reading things about the band, it turned out this the vocalist. He I think he was at the library, like just looking through the Italian dictionary, right? Because they weren't called La Crema Christi before. I forgot. I had to look. Maybe you guys could look it up if you guys interested. They weren't called La Crema Christi before, just because the vocalist wanna make something different.
Yeah.
So he decided to go to the library and look into the Italian dictionary and Tears of Christ sounds cool. La Crema Christi.
That's man, I can't believe that's the name. That's insane. That's just like wow. That's how they came out with the spot. They're like, hey, let's do something different.
Yeah, because like it's kind of I might be wrong to say to put it this way. Now that the band's name sounds more VK.
Wow.
Well, considering that now that because of Malice Miser, they are very influenced by the French.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The European culture.
Now like this guy wanna sound like find something similar to that.
Sound fancy.
Let's look at the Italian dictionary. La Crema Christi.
You know what? Like for our audience out there that's listening to this, like I want you guys to know how outlandish the names get.
Yeah.
Like if we look at the first few bands we talked about earlier, it kind of makes sense, but like we're getting to the point where it's like it's so obscure now, the names. It's like because I think like they're just trying to be different now. They're trying to break away from the mold. I think that's kind of where they're like, hey, we don't want to be like clash names with like Dead End or Lender, which are easier to say. Let's make it so unique, so hard to remember.
Right.
Well, maybe not hard. Well, hard to say, but impactful, I guess, is like the name.
I like I got these big pictures when Extra Pen, Dead End, The Langer, they're like American glam rock.
Yeah.
But like starting from Malice Miser and all these four Heavenly Kings, no more American. No, now we want European.
Yo, instead of looking to the West, they look into a little bit to the European side.
Right? So right now, like, if you put the big pictures, like right now, those Extra Pen, those bands, like they're so American glam rock, and like no, Malice Miser, this four Heavenly Kings, nah, no more American, no more glam, no more glam. We want to be, vampire.
Yes, Dracula.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's a great thing you brought this up, because like looking at them stylistic wise, like it's crazy how they just went full European. They don't care. But I will say, what's very interesting, based on what you said, Aaron, out of the four Heavenly Kings, I think it was Sana and Shayna, sorry, my bad. And what was the other two?
Yeah, La Crema Christi and Fanatic Crisis.
Yeah, I feel like Lacrima Christie, to be honest, stood out to me a little bit more. Those two. The reason why I say that is actually you can kind of see, based on what Aaron said earlier, one band in particular, especially I think it's kind of giving off this very like unique approach to their music and how they sound. Aesthetically, I think one of the lead vocalists looks like a female, right? Or it kind of looks cutesy. Is that the proper way would you say? Kawaii? What's the term you would describe to our audience? Because like that's what I'm thinking about.
Well, if you look at the whole look at the whole appearance, right, and also like looking at their the PV of the some of their songs, right, like Lacrima Christie and Vanilla Crisis, they look quite similar. Yeah, it kind of leans to like butt takeaway,
like gothy, right, or like
gothy and like really long hair. But Shayna, you would, for the audience out there who knows a lot more about Visual Kei, you can totally see some bands in the future. Yeah, they could be very inspired by him, Shayna. Yeah, the way how they portray their music and the whole and the music videos. Kawaii could be the right word to say.
Yeah, something like that. Because I don't even know what's the best way to describe it.
Because the vocalist, he just so like, you know, all about feminism, right? Looks like holy shit. If he doesn't speak up, he's so cute.
It's almost like it's almost like a schoolgirl, right? Exactly. I think that's like the best way to describe it.
And this is the way how he moved and stuff, and like his movement, just like it's just a school cute girl.
Yeah. Right. So okay, for our audience right now, that's okay. This is the advantage for our listeners again. If you're on YouTube, we're gonna actually throw a short clip for you to see while you're listening to our podcast. Let us know because it's really hard to describe exactly what we're saying through just listening to us. We're gonna actually throw a video for you guys, for YouTube watchers. I do apologize for you other audio listeners only, but yeah, feel free to check. We'll leave a link for those of you out there that's curious to check it out more in full detail, like the full song. We'll have it in our description below on YouTube. But yeah, definitely going back to what Aaron said, like this definitely like the lead vocalist embraced the schoolgirl Japanese culture into the music. Yeah. In terms of aesthetics. So it may not be, how should I say this? It may not, you know, for our audiences listening to this, it may not come off to you as comfortable because you're probably like, what's this? But you know, honestly, just close your eyes and listen to the music if it's bothering you too much. I think that's the best way to start. I'm always like that. If you're like visually not, if you don't like something visually, you can always, because it's music, you can just close off your eyes.
So there's like I mentioned in the last episode, like you know, this whole Visual Kei things, like some people were just into the music, some people just into the style, or someone like me into both.
Yes. So definitely for our audience goal, we'll show a video of this lead vocalist. Let us know what you think, and we also have to talk about kind of like how they're like, in terms of like this era, it's very interesting, I'll say. Like for these four Heavenly Kings, there's so much similarities, right? 2 out of the 4 bands sound exactly the same. I'll be very honest. I'm sorry to say this. They're both gothic rock, and it's definitely you need I'll say acquired taste to appreciate it.
Because now it just all of a sudden I had these big pictures in my head, right? All of a sudden, right, this is so true. And this four heavenly kings, right? They're so into the European style.
Yeah.
Compared to Japan, like that end, they're like so American.
Yeah.
American glam rock.
But
right?
you know, for our audience to see now, we have like two parallels, right? We got the full West and full East now, and it's almost like those two different identities will eventually tie in more and more together once we get into the newer generation of bands. So like definitely for what I had to say is definitely check out these bands that we mentioned out, because like honestly it's so hard to describe it in words, because like it's something you have to hear it and see it for yourself to get a good understanding of it. Do you have anything to add aside from this, Aaron? Do you have anything to say about the four heavenly kings?
To be honest, like I said, I'm very, very like surprised like with these three other bands other than Models Miser. Because honestly, before I just thought there's only like Models Miser who started this like whole European movement or Gothic, right? But turn out there are other three bands, right? And I'm so grateful with how they are still active. Right. Making music. Like now we're into like how many episodes we have now? Like 7 or 8. Like 7 or 8, right? Reading their all this band's history, you see their passion toward the music. And also maybe of course they try to be different. Right, by digging into different things like from the east or from the west. Right. That's so crazy. It's you can see how tough to keep the band going. Right. Because like I said, the band is not just about one person. Right? It's about like how the rest of the band. Right? How committed they are. Right, to trying to make something work. It's a shared vision, right? At the end of the day, if one person is like, nah, you know what? I don't like what we're doing. It could be musical difference, or it could be like goals in general. If they don't align, then you're never going to see that band last long. Let's be honest here. So for our audience out there, are you in a band? Because we're curious to know if you guys have politics too, because every band always has some sort of politics or some things that's going on. That could sometimes like, as bad of, it's the ultimate truth, not saying bad. Sometimes disbands do happen and hiatus do happening. Well, thank you very much, guys. I think that wraps up our episode, guys. So thank you very much for staying tuned for our part 2. This is actually technically part 2 of the Four Heavenly Kings, but thank you very much for listening to our episodes up to now. And for you new listeners tuning in just now, please go back to check out our old previous episodes. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. We will continue our journey. And actually, you know what's the crazy part, Aaron? Something just hit me here. Okay. We're pretty much near the end of wave 1. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We have three other bands that we're gonna talk about. Yeah, I actually see the light in the tunnel now. No, not that. It's still there's still a long journey. Cause like, we mostly talk about Visual Kei, but like you gotta think about Visual Kei. This whole thing made such a huge influence to the society. And for the whole Japanese pop culture. Right. It's not just music. It's also style, and also like some other fun facts that happen to the Japanese culture. Again. So we're gonna talk about that. Right. And of course something that's not entirely related to it, but it's also made such significant influences for the foreigners. Exactly. For our audience out there, we're definitely going to do a deep dive discussing about the Japanese culture, because the Japanese culture and the West is quite very different. We're going to touch bases on those topics later down the episodes. I hope you guys look forward to that. We, as Aaron said, our mission is to be together, guys. We're promoting, experiencing, and sharing the excitement of not just Visual Kei bands, but like even about kind of the Japanese culture, because we have a lot to talk about for that. All right, guys. So stay tuned for our next episode. We'll talk and see you guys soon. All right. Thank you, guys.